Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I'm continuing my series on how to sing like, and next up is Lzzy Hale from Halestorm. Before we get started, if you don't mind, please like and subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Don't forget to ring the bell so I can keep new cool videos coming your way. And I have a singing course. The course is called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else. And you can find it right here at kentamplinvocalacademy.com. Again, where the proof is in the singing. Now, I'm quoting a lot from this Einstein quote, and I want to really drive this home. Einstein said that demonstration isn't a way to teach. It's the only way to teach. So here at Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, I go out of my way to show you guys how to get into all these different styles with my own voice and my students' voices, because it's the only way you're really gonna learn how to do this stuff. It's not a tip, it's not just me talking about it, it's actual demonstration. So Einstein said it best when he said, demonstration isn't just simply a way to teach, it's the only way to teach. With that said, we're gonna fire this up. This is Lzzy Hale. And a couple things before we get into this. I picked a few different smatterings of Lzzy. Lzzy's known for kind of being on 11 all the time, but she did sing some ballad stuff. So we chose one of her songs that's on 11 and then a couple other ballad pieces that has some diversity to it too. So I'm gonna use Kati as my example, though I did some with Zio, Mara, I've done some other Lzzy Hale stuff, but I'm gonna focus on Kati right now because we really worked hard on this. And let's just start. So this is Love Bites, here we go.
Don't listen what your girlfriend says. She reads those magazines that say you failed a test. You don't have what you need. I slither like a viper and get you by the neck. I know 1,000 ways to help you forget about her. That bitch can eat her heart out. Love bites, but so do I. So do I.
When I first started with Kati didn't have anywhere near this power. She didn't have anywhere near this endurance. She didn't have anywhere near the distortion qualities. None of that. She is just a raw talent, that came, and we worked really hard on getting to this level. And she's actually beyond this level now. This was a while back here, probably 8-9 months ago, and she's increased in her talent a lot since then, and works very, very hard every day. Man, she does a couple hours a day of singing at least sometimes. But I want to point out a few things. The first thing is that what Lzzy does is Lzzy does a lot of quick stabs, right? So she's constantly, hey, hey, so you're going to want to have this really quick stab in the diaphragm to come in and out and be able to control the diaphragm and keep that diaphragm from getting bound up. So I cover all this in my singing course. We work up different ways to control the diaphragm. Some of them are quick stab phrase ways like this, where you can relax and release, kind of like an accordion, go with an accordion, right? Kind of that sort of vibe. Then if we got another song that's maybe a little more legato, free flowing, it's kind of more like this, whatever. And then on really big ballad things, it's big long whole breaths and really slow releases like this to come in and out. So there's different types of diaphragmatic breathing within singing, though it's all from the same area. There's different ways we need to engage the diaphragm for different speed and different quick hits of the breath, or longer whole phrases for the breath, and so forth. In this case, it's very staccato, very quick. And if you can see, now another thing too, I want you to really focus, and if you have to rewind this, go back and rewind this, look at her throat. He was like, oh, of course. No, I really mean it, guys. Don't perv on it. I mean, really look at her throat, and you're going to see good open throat technique. It took us a while to get this, but you'll notice this with all of my singers, how you can literally see down the back of their throat. That's no accident, folks. That's called open throat technique. It's what I teach. Now, there's a lot of components. Yes, the tongue drops to the base of the jaw. Then when you get really good at it, you can concave the tongue to the base of the jaw. And when you get really, really good at it, you can have the tongue actually protrude out of the back of the throat, creating maximum space and actually creating vowel sounds for you so that you're not overshaping the vocal tract. Now, I've had a lot of people sort of make fun of my tongue. Oh, you got lizard tongue. Well, what you don't know is it's a very, very advanced technique for open throat technique. So some people use it like Adam Lambert. You'll see Whitney Houston using it. People that really understand this technique, you're going to see that tongue can pull away from the back of the throat and actually shape vowel sounds and also even create glottal stops, which are ga, hum, ba, all the things that shoot air up into the nose in order to keep that from happening, to maintain open throat technique so that the throat doesn't regurgitate and spasm and close down. You can actually keep the throat open so that when you're singing these fast phrases like this, you're not reseating or resetting the ah vowel over and over again. Hey, right? So it's always open, so you're not always having to reseat and reopen up the throat, because it's very arduous in the throat to do that. So pay special attention to her throat and watch some of the technique goes by, because that's what we're here for. Now, Lzzy has her own style. She doesn't use quite the same open throat technique that we do. And Lzzy, because I've heard good days and bad days with Lzzy. Not saying that we don't all have bad days and some great days too. Not dissing Lzzy whatsoever. But some of her sound can be pretty dangerous. I've heard some stuff she's done live, whatnot. And I know she's had some vocal trouble. So I hope that she can really just slow down a little bit and spend some time really understanding this. I know Jeff, something, I forget her, or the coach she'd taken from before. I'm not sure if she's still taking from him or not. But, she just really needs to understand how to control and not have to always feel like she's on 11 all the time, and really control this open throat technique. So here we go. Let's continue.
My lips are pale and vicious. You're foaming at the mouth. You've suffered in the darkness. I've sucked the pain right out. So come and taste the reason. I'm nothing like the rest. I kiss you in
Now, I want to back this up one time here, because I want you to pay special attention to her abdominal cavity and her chest cavity and the way her shoulders are. Now, to some, it might look like she's huffing from the chest. She's not. She's using really good diaphragmatic support, very staccato, stab phrase diaphragmatic support. So watch. So in between each phrase, she's taking this really quick breath and then she's compressing the air. She's not using up all the air. She's compressing it just enough for what she needs to get these powerful stab phrases out. So check it out one more time. Check this out.
Suffered in the darkness. I've sucked the pain right out. So come and taste the reason. I'm nothing like the rest. I kiss you in a way you'll never forget about me. That shit can eat her heart out. Love bites, but so do I. So do I. Love bites, but so do I. So do I. So do I.
Now, as gnarly as that sounded, she's actually using some false vocal folds, and that's different than what Lzzy does. She goes, it's like she's kind of like using some false fry in there in order to be able to get that sound, rather than a blood-curdling scream that can really hurt your vocal folds themselves. So you guys, I'll put this in the description. You can check it out. But let's move on. And again, I wanted to do a couple things. Now, Lzzy did a version of Hearts. All I want to do is make love to you. So wait, before I do that one, I want to change this up a bit. Sorry, I want to do Here's to Us, because this is a Halestorm song. So then I'll get to the cover song here in a minute. So here we go. This is more laid back Lzzy, which, is unusual for her.
We could just go home right now, or maybe we could stick around for just one more drink. Oh yeah. Get another bottle out, let's shoot the shit. Sit back down for just one more drink. Oh yeah. Here's to us, here's to love, all the times that we messed up. Here's to you, fill a glass, 'cause the last few days have kicked my ass. So let's give them hell, wish everybody well. Here's to us, here's to us.
Now, the reason I wanted to do this first is this was about not quite a year before the next clip I'm going to show you, which was just recently. And the reason I want to bring this up is with the KTVA method, again, I cover all this in my singing course. over time, we build harmonic resonance to the voice. We build a big warm sound. There's something in an opera, in old bel canto opera or appoggio. It's called chiaro oscuro, and what it means is that there's this big round warmth with a crystal clear brightness in the center. So here, she's a little more myopic or short on the sound. I'll say short and myopic, but narrow is a better way to say it. More narrow in the sound. So even in her lower register, it's not as warm and as beautiful as in just a few months later of training. This didn't take that long to do. I mean, Katie's only been working with me, I think, 3 years now, and that may sound like a long time to you, but from where we started to where we are now at the top of world-class singing, hey man, it's application, it's correct information, and it's really getting down and dirty and doing this stuff daily. So, but anyway, I bring this up because I want you to listen again to the next verse, and then when I migrate onto the next tune, when we do the heart tune, I want you to hear the difference of the roundness and the warmth in the sound. And by the way, we were kind of more focusing on belting and distortion and stuff back then, and not so much overall vocal tone. But now we're kind of getting the whole package of being able to sing like Ann Wilson 1 minute, and then doing the outfield like a guy song the next, and Lzzy Hale the next, and all these different tones and textures and styles, and that's precisely what we cover in our course. So it's not just about singing rock at all, it's about being able to sing in all these different styles and incorporating those styles into your own unique style. Okay, so listen closely again.
Stacking out this fight together, put our dreams through the shred and stones, 'cause things got better. And everything could change like that, and all these years go by so fast, but nothing lasts forever. Here's to us, here's to love, all the times that we messed up. Here's to you, fill the glass, 'cause the last few nights have kicked my ass, and they give your help. Don't forget themselves, here's to us.
Okay, so you hear that, yes to us, fill the glass, right? It's real small and pointed in the sound. Now we wanted that for this song because it's kind of more on the Lzzy side of the belting side, but I want you to take a listen out of this. Check this out.
It was a rainy night
Hear the difference in the warmth?
when you came into sight, standing by the road.
Standing by the road. There's all this warmth there, and so there's all this velvety texture around it, but she doesn't lose the brightness of the sound, the punch of the sound. That real crystal clear, good quality golden throat tone is still there. It's now being surrounded by all this harmonic resonance that's coming in from doing diligence and doing our vocals every day and building good tone. It's just like having a hot bod as a voice, right? So we're building the hot bod as a voice precisely. So check this out.
No umbrella, no coat, so I pull up alongside.
Hear that?
And I offered him a ride. He accepted with a smile, so we drove for a while. I didn't ask him his name. This lonely boy in the rain. Oh, they tell me it's right. Is this love at first sight? Please don't make it wrong. Just stay for the night. All I wanna do is make love to you. Say you will. You want me to. All I wanna do is make.
I let it play for a minute so you guys could see what I'm talking about. Now, we still have a little ways to go. We still want to get a lot more harmonic resonance to this. We want a bigger sound. So I point this out because I worked with Gabriela Gunchikova a lot on this over time, and she developed this big, gorgeous, warm, round sound. So she's got this, this big round sound, but it's like like this earthquake shaking when her vibrato kicks in, and you've got the brightness, Kiara or Skira, you've got the brightness in the center and this just hurricane of round, warm tone coming in from behind. And the interesting thing is, it's very tubular. It's not where it gets out of control and so big that it's not sustainable or it's not controllable. We control that through the specific vowels that we sing. So we actually compress the vowels as we go up, and it still maintains this roundness of the voice. That's why when you hear my singers go up top, they don't sound real shrill and pinched and squeezed sounding. They sound real open like a roaring lion, and then they still have that, that punch in the upper register as well. So anyway, gang, this is what we do here at KTVA. If you like what you heard, again, like and subscribe. I'm doing a lot of this by request. So put your requests into where you want me to do a takedown of your favorite singer and how to sing like so-and-so, and check out my next video.